Welcome back channel. So let's get some shit done today. Stay tuned. Alright, I'm gonna try to get some stuff done today. Pretty nice day today. Got a little bit of wind, if you guys can hear it. A little bit cold. Of course, us Californians wear hoodies with shorts, if you can see. But that's how we do it in California. Let me switch. As you can see, there's a mountain way off in the distance, and that blows cold air on us. So it gets cold. But yeah. But we're gonna get out here and try to get some shit done today. I had a good weekend this weekend with the drift contest, or the drift show, and the car show, and then the next day we did autocross. Go check out those videos; they're pretty cool. So yeah, so let's get diving into some stuff, and let's see, figure out. I can't even talk today. Let's figure out what the attack plan is gonna be. As you can tell, I usually have a tarp up here, but the wind blows pretty crazy through here and just blows this motherfucker all over the place. So I have to take it down, because if not, it's going to be beating up against the car, and we don't want to mess up the outside. But so let's see what the tack plan. I think the tack plan today is I'm going to go ahead and try to get these axles on. Go ahead and try to get these lower control arms on, get all the suspension done up. I am going to go ahead and heat wrap the header. So I'm gonna go ahead and heat wrap that, get that shit all done, put that on back on. So basically, see, here's another thing too right here. This is shit we gotta deal with the wind over here. I gotta tie my hood down, or this damn thing will be blown up and breaking my windshield. Let me go ahead and take this off and show you what we gotta do. All right, besides getting the axles, we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna pull the turbo off again. I'm gonna disconnect this piping. Go ahead and pull this exhaust manifold off, and we'll go ahead and wrap that, put it back on for the final time, put the wastegate back on, and get all that shit done, and then probably work on getting all this piping done. And then once I get the piping done, I'm going to go ahead and start working on getting this bracket for the intercooler. I got some of this shit right here. Hopefully I can bend into making a bracket, drill some holes, put some bolts through it, shit like that. I got an idea of how I'm going to do it. I am going to be running the crash bar. I did notch out the crash bar a little bit, as you could tell. And as you could tell, so it fits pretty good in there. And then I got an idea of how to mount these brackets to that intercooler to make that intercooler safe. I'm hoping this stuff that I got here is not too flimsy. If so, I might just go back and buy the thicker gauge. We'll see what we can do. It's just basically got to hold it there. So yeah, stuff to do. I had a good weekend, but now it's time to get back into this and get this thing going. So I think I'll try to work on right now. I'm gonna go ahead and pop that header, that exhaust manifold off, and start wrapping it. I got this wrap right here. What is it called? DI? I think it's called DI. This stuff right here, yep. Or Design Energies. Good stuff. This is the titanium, I think. Let me double check. Yep, titanium. You do not have to wet the titanium if you're doing carbon, or not carbon fiber, but fiberglass. You have to wet it. It just makes it easier to stretch it. This stuff, if you wet it, it really doesn't do anything for helping you stretch it. So you don't have to wet it. I'm not going to do a DIY on how to wrap the exhaust manifold, because there is like a billion videos out there on how to do it. I'm just going to go ahead and get it done, get it wrapped. That way I can throw this bad boy back on there. Another thing is I got the heater core. I was looking at ways to run the heater core hoses so I can run heat. It can be done, but I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to go ahead and block off where the thermostat is and block off in the back where the block is. And just not run the heater core right now. And the reason is because once you get down into here, once you got the exhaust pipe coming down, it really gets really close to that heater core hoses. I could wrap them everything and it could be all right, but as of right now, I'm just gonna eliminate that problem for me, not trying to think about it, and just delete the heater core for now, and maybe in the future put it back in. We will be running AC. We got the AC tuck kit from DC5 Creations. I went ahead and mocked that all up. That's gonna be just fine for putting in, so the AC will be hooked up, and everything else is pretty much gonna hook in pretty good. So enough of me talking. I'm gonna go ahead and start wrapping this exhaust header, and then when I'm done with that, I'll go ahead and show you guys a little video of it. One more thing is the fucking axles. I got these axles from my other RSX. I'm gonna go ahead and put those in. I did have the Insane Shaft axles. They're back here. The only problem is they are a 32 bolt pattern, and I think these are the 36 for the Type S, and the bases are 32s. So in order for me to put those Insane Shaft axles on, I have to convert the rotor and the calipers to a base model RSX in order to get those Insane Shaft axles to work, because of the size of size of this right here. This is, I think, a 36 on the Type S and a 32 on the base. I will eventually go ahead and go that route, because I do want to eventually go with a smaller rim and a smaller slick, or smaller rim and tire, which is the base model. The base model lets you get down to a 13 size rim, where these Type S axles only let you get to a 15 size rim, maybe a 14 with some, you know, a certain kind of rim. But yeah, what the hell are you doing, dog? Anyways, so future this will be, I'll hook up the base stuff, but for now I'm just gonna run the axles, the Type S. If they keep breaking on me, then I will move forward and do the base model axles and switch all that stuff over. But for right now, we're just gonna run all the Type S stuff just for now. I wanna get this thing up and running. I don't want no more downtime. I need to get this thing going. And of course, I do have to clean this mess. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean all this shit up, get a nice work area cleaned up so I can get this exhaust manifold down and wrapped. And then, you know, start getting, oh yeah, show you this, guys. So I got the wastegate all plumbed how I need to go. As you've seen on my Instagram, I am running these quick disconnect fittings. This right here is for my boost gauge inside. This will be for either my fuel pressure regulator, wastegate, blow off valve, etc. You'll basically have your boost, I can't even think right now, your line coming from your boost thingy in there, and then coming out into your intake manifold. But yeah, anyways, once I get all this, I was gonna try to go ahead and do certain videos on how to hook this up, but I'm just gonna get it all in there, and then eventually I'll do one video on how to hook all this stuff up, just by walking through it and telling you this, and this, once it's all in there, because it's just gonna be that much easier. Because like I said, I am still learning and still picking up stuff as I go along. So I don't want to give you guys misinformation. I want to go ahead and get this on here, get this running, make sure everything works. That way I don't misinform you guys. And then we'll do a video on how to walk through on how to do all this stuff, what fittings you need, everything you need possibly to get this Humboldt Performance kit into the RSX, and what parts you got to buy in order to make all this stuff work too. So, and on that, I'll go ahead and touch bases on that too, is the exhaust part that drops down is supposed to connect to the stock exhaust, or whatever exhaust you're running. I do have to take that pipe down. It's in the car right now. I'll go ahead and pull it later and show you guys what I'm talking about. But I do have to have a O2 sensor bung welded onto that, and I probably have to have some type of muffler shop or something weld me the down pipe to connect to the exhaust. So there's those little things that once I get this shit done, I will go ahead and explain to you the little things that you need to buy or prep yourself for when you buy this kit from Humboldt Performance to go into the RSX. So anyways, enough of me talking. Let me go ahead and clean this mess, get that exhaust manifold off, and get this shit wrapped up. So I'm gonna turn on some music and have some fun. Alright, be back in a little bit and show you guys the exhaust wrap. Best thing about living in the country is you get to burn your shit when you want to. It's all the garbage from the turbo stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and clean up my shop and burn all the stuff that I need to burn. Yeah, get rid of a garbage mess. But good thing about living in the country is you get to do that shit. Burn it. Just burn it. Burn it all. All your garbage. No, I was playing. I ain't gonna burn my garbage, but I'm gonna burn the cardboard and shit like that. Alright, little update. So what I got done today, I got the passenger side axle in, and all that is just hand tight. What else did I do? I went ahead and wrapped the header. That's done and over with. I don't got to deal with that no more. Wastegate is completely done. Don't need to worry about that no more. I just got to tighten up the clamp. That's pretty much done. Cold side piping is pretty much done with the wastegate on it. I mean, not the wastegate, but the blow-off valve. So that's pretty much done on this side. I'm not ready to put the turbo on yet. I got to get back here and delete the heater core hose. So might as well keep this off until I get that plug in the mail. What else? I did have a motor, the rear motor mount. I had to put a bolt in. That's done, complete. So just starting to complete little stuff here and there. Let me think what else I got. See what else. I still got to do driver's side axle. It's starting to sprinkle a little bit, and I think I'm about done. Did mock up the wastegate to mock up the dump tube to dump down, so that is all set for when I put that on. I do have to get this fitting for the vacuum line right here. I go look on research and look to see what size fitting I need for that. Waiting for the fitting for the turbo for the oil return line. Of course, I got the feed right here. And I think if anybody knows, comment below. There's these two extra holes. There's one here and there's one right here. I think I can plug them, and I think they're for coolant to water cool your turbo. Not 100% sure. I can either leave them open or plug them. If anybody knows 100%, please comment below and help me out. That would be great. But I think they're for the water cool, to cool it down. Again, got all this stuff here. Just checking out to see where I can mount my oil catch can. What else? Let me see. What else did I do? I did mock up the boost controller. I do got to do all the wiring, so I'm going to eventually take this off again. A lot of mocking up today, a lot of just seeing where everything's going to go. So I'm going to go ahead and run this wire to the ECU and tap into those pins I need to tap into. But fuel injectors are hooked up. I do got to go back in the manual and look at which one's 1 and which one's 4, because they weren't labeled, so I want to make sure I get the right ones. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. It was just a lot of mocking up. I took that off probably 3 or 4 times just to mock up, just so I can get this wastegate perfect to where that dump tube dumps below, and also to mock up to see where my vacuum lines are going to go. So I basically hooked up that vacuum line there. I did have it hooked up over here, and it wasn't going to work because it was touching the turbo. So I moved it over here and then hooked the one up on the bottom. So like I said, just a lot of mocking up, figuring out where shit's going to line up, where it needs to line up. A lot of that today. I mean, there's just a lot of that going on right now. Just mocking up, taking off, putting it back on, trying to figure out positions. I'm going to keep the turbo off until I get that heater cord plug. When I plug that, I'm going to put the turbo back on and start working on the other side piping and get all that dialed in. That way, when it's dialed in over here, I can figure out where I'm going to mount my intercooler to the crash bar. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Hold on. That I made for the one side of the intercooler. Well, fuck, I got my crash bar on, but basically, if you see right here, it's going to sit inside this area on the crash bar. I'm going to bolt it down, and then it's going to sit right here. And then basically, I'll drill 2 holes, and it will mount into the side of the intercooler. I think they take 12 or 14 millimeter bolts. As you can see, mounts are on the side of the intercooler. Of course, that bracket I just made, Oh shit, sorry. Bracket I just made is going to be for this mount right here, so that'll mount that one. And I got a pretty good idea of how I'm going to do this side on the car. I'll go ahead and show you guys real quick. So basically I'll have it mounts on the side, so I'll basically come off, go this way, and then mount to this right here, this bolt right here, which is the horn. Won't use the horn, so basically that bracket will go off there, go this way, and then straight across, and then mount to here, and that should be good for the brackets. So once I get this intercooler piping going where it needs to go, then I can mount this intercooler where it needs to go and put those brackets where they need to go, and then that should be it for the intercooler. And then after that, I'll go ahead and drop the AC condenser in and the radiator in, get the radiator hoses on, and then start putting fluids. I do gotta put new tranny fluid in, gotta put new oil, gotta put new radiator fluid, gotta put new clutch fluid, gotta put new power steering fluid. All gonna brand new fluids because they all leaked out. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, I do gotta go and order a 4AN fitting for the back of the sandwich plate. Back there, you can't see it. Anyways, let me see. For the back of the sandwich plate, which, hold on. I gotta get a fitting, 4AN fitting for the back of the sandwich plate. Right there. So my feed line can hook up to that. So yeah, I gotta get that fitting. Should probably put an oil filter on there, that way I get no gunk up in there, but I can do that right now. So yeah, so I gotta order that fitting, 4AN fitting for the feed line. And I eventually gotta hook up this AC stuff back up too. So it's just a lot of little things. It's almost there, it's just not there. I mean, as I'm going through all this shit, there's little pieces, little parts that I know that I have to order. Like I said, I need a 4AN line for the feed on the sandwich plate, but this one has it right here, so we're good there. I got, spin this. I got this adapter coming in the mail, so I'll have that for the return. Got one side of the return line hooked up. It's a 10AN, so I got to hook up the other side. So it's just all this little stuff that I need to get buttoned up. This is just mocked up. I need to tighten all this stuff up. But yeah, so that's where it's at. Just trying to get all the pieces I need bought so I can start getting this done, like the AN fittings. I do have to get that in, then I can start putting the turbo on. So it's just little piece I have to get here and there, because there's no point in putting this turbo up, because I'll have no room to take off that heater core plug or whatever, put the heater core plug in. So that's where it's at. So I mean, it's just little shit, waiting for little parts to come so I can put that part on, so I can put that part on, and then I gotta wait for another part, and then blah blah blah. That's just how it is. And then, like I said, I gotta run all this wiring. I will go ahead and do a video when I do this 4-port boost controller. I will go ahead and do a video on how to wire up this wiring to the ECU. You basically gotta splice into 2 pins in order for this boost control solenoid to work. So that's where I'm at. That's where it is. So yeah, so just waiting for stuff, waiting for parts, waiting for this. A lot of mocking up to see how shit's gonna fit, how the lines are gonna be ran. A lot of taking off, putting back on, mocking up. Just a lot of those stuff. I mean, that I spent my whole day doing mock-ups, figuring out my fittings and stuff like that. I mean, and I would keep going, but it's rainy outside. I gotta work tomorrow. So yeah, so it's just a lot of that. Pretty much it. So that will probably conclude this video. Next video, I don't know what it'll be. Next weekend, I will have my 3 days off to actually dig into this more. So I should get a lot done, if not 90% of it done next weekend. Hopefully, if everything goes good. Next weekend should be a good weekend to get majority of this done, and then maybe contact Humble and get the base map so I can start this baby. So yeah, getting there. Slowly but surely, we will get this baby running. Can't wait, dude. I'm so fucking stoked, so excited. Can't wait. But yeah, so that's what it is. Catch you on the next video. Like, subscribe. KL Day.